Okay, we are now recording live. Welcome to anybody who is here on the call, and welcome to anybody who will be hopping on with us. So let me go ahead and just share my screen with you. Let's see, I have a lot of things going on. Here we go. Nope, not Zoom. And here we go. Okay. Hello, I am Malia. I'm super excited to be here today to be able to teach you guys and to do an energy healing experience. I'm very passionate about energy healing and passionate about being able to share the message of things that have changed my life to be able to help other people's lives improve or change or whatever that looks like. It is good to meet you. I love being able to connect with like-minded individuals. And if the sound is weird at all, let's see, sorry, I'm trying to move my AirPods in so it's not being all weird, but this class is going to be beneficial for if you are new to energy healing. If you haven't experienced energy healing before, but you're wanting to kind of dip your toes in and experience a little bit of it, this class will be great for you. This experience will be great for you. If you're an energy healing practitioner, or if you've done this in the past, it will also be a great experience for you. You'll know what to expect, but the shifts and the energy change that can take place within you will still be the same. If you're seeking to connect to yourself, if you're wanting to dive deeper into who you are and what your desires are and what kind of life you want, or what you want your life to look like, this will be really good for you. If you're looking to align your life with those true desires, or if you're experiencing symptoms of a low vibrational frequency, this event today will help raise your vibrational frequency so you won't be experiencing so many of those symptoms. So with a vibrational frequency, every single thing in the world, you saw on that first slide that everything is energy, and everything has a different frequency at which it vibrates. Sometimes the vibration will be like 100 or 200, which is low, all the way up to 1,000, with love vibrating at 500 in between. So ideally, we would love to be vibrating at a frequency at 500 or above, love or above. But it's not always like that, right? The thing that's important about vibrational frequency is like attracts like. And so if we want a relationship that's pure and loving and kind and generous and trustworthy, whatever that is, maybe it's with a partner or with like a family member or something, that vibrational frequency of that relationship is probably around like a 700, 600 to 800. And so those kinds of things will come into our life easier if we are vibrating at that vibration of 600 to 800. There are two types of creative energies in our life. There's masculine energy and feminine energy. And anytime we are working with the law of creation, we need both. Maybe it's within like a being, maybe it's within a plant, a dream, a goal. We have to have both energies. And that masculine energy is that driving force, that going and doing, the action taking, which is required when we are moving forward and taking steps. There's also the other side that's the feminine energy, which is the drawing in, the attracting, the bringing to us. It's where that law of attraction and the secret come into play. If we're only living in that masculine energy of the going out and the doing and the action, digging our heels in, we're going to get exhausted pretty quickly. So if you find yourself getting exhausted or not being able to reach the things that you're wanting to, it's because that masculine energy is the driving force and there's not enough of that attraction, that bringing in. If we're only in that space of like attraction, bringing in, drawing in, things can still come to us. It just might take a heck of a lot longer instead of doing our part in that action, or they just may not come at all. And that's same with the masculine, it might take a lot longer to get, or it might not come at all. So having that feminine and that masculine energy, and I'm not talking about male, female necessarily, just different types of energy. It's just a universal law. And to be able to bring things into our life, we need both of those things. And having a vibrational frequency that's in harmony with the things that we desire is using that feminine energy to bring the things that we want to into our life. So today is going to be an incredible experience. It's not just going to be a sit down, talk, get a lot of information and then not go do anything with it. Today is going to be an experience. It's going to be something that you can feel a shift within your body. It's going to be an energy healing session. It'll be a group energy healing session, but nonetheless, it will still be very, very impactful. These methods and these things that I've done, they're tested and tried. I have helped hundreds and in big groups, thousands of individuals use these same principles to make real, lasting, effective change in their life. And you'll be able to feel this change during the session today. Let me go ahead. Sorry, I'm going to take a second and, oh, just kidding. Here we go. I just want to be able to see as people are coming in, if I can find some of there we go. I want to be able to see the chat. Because I'm going to be asking you guys some questions and just seeing your responses here. So my promise to you today is that you are going to feel the shift that comes from raising your vibrational frequency. You're going to feel that energy movement within your body. We're going to be focused, oh, there's not a D in mindfulness. That's okay. We're going to be focused on mindfulness, on self-discovery, self-compassion, self-love, and we're going to have a meditative healing experience. I do honor your time, and I've told you guys this will be about an hour, and I would absolutely love to be able to sit here all night and just teach you everything I know, but that would be overwhelming for you. And probably overwhelming for me to like spew out, 10 years of knowledge into a little place. So at the end of this, I will be giving you more resources and opportunities to continue on this journey of learning if that's something that resonates with you and if today has been impactful for you. I have another invitation for you. Just remember that the power is within you to change. I had a mentor, two of my favorite mentors here taught me really powerful principles. The first one was, for things to change, you must change. For things to get better, you must get better. So if something is going on in our life, you look at all the different things in your life and what's the common denominator? What's underneath all of that? You. So if you want things to get better in your family, in your work, in the career, in your home, in your relationships, the thing that we can start with is us. The thing that you can start with is you. It doesn't mean that other people's actions and things don't affect us. They absolutely do. But I want you to take back your power and to remember that for things to change, I must change. For things to get better, I must get better. And again, one of my other favorite mentors, Ali Kasaza, would teach constantly that it is that change happens when you can be an action-taking, problem-solving person. She says woman, because she focuses mainly on helping women. But can you be an action-taking, problem-solving human with me today? If you agree with that, go ahead and type in the chat and say me, yes. Also in your chat, there's a spot that says like to hosts and to hosts and panelists, or you can change it so it says to everyone. So if you want to change the chat so it says to everyone, feel free. That way everybody can see what you're saying, but it is totally up to you. But yeah, feel free and type in questions if you have them. We will be doing a Q&A at the end for any questions that we need to go in depth over. Okay. Anytime in our life when we're looking for growth and progress and change, it's because we're usually starting on this side with this sad little frowny face. Because we're not feeling very good, right? Maybe we're feeling down, maybe we're feeling overwhelmed, maybe we're feeling a lack of direction in our life, confused, just a lack of enthusiasm for the day. We're waking up in the morning just kind of like meh, or maybe even worse than meh, just like despair for the day, instead of energized in the morning and excited in the morning. And there was a time in my life where I was at this like frowny face, meh place. And I knew I wanted to be in this smiley, happy spot. It doesn't mean that in that smiley, happy spot that everything's perfect. It's just an overall general feeling of life. And I knew that I wanted my overall general feeling of life to feel fulfilled, to feel purposeful, to know that I am a co-creator with my higher power to create things in my life that I actually want, to live a life that I actually want to live. But I didn't know what was in between. There was this meh, and there was this happy place I wanted to be, but all those question marks in between, I had no idea what that looks like. I had no idea how to get from point A to point B. And it all started, this realization came of what those question marks, were, is when I was about 20 years old. I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, actually, a pretty abusive relationship. And I was at probably one of the lowest points in my life. And it wasn't just a meh feeling. It was like I don't want to be here anymore feeling. And it was really hard, and it was really painful, and it was really dark. And around this time, my aunt started foot zoning me. And I had an experience with foot zoning years prior, where I knew it was something that would help me heal. And I knew it was something that would play a big role in my life. I just didn't know what that would look like. So my aunt started foot zoning me. She started doing energy work and uncovering things within my body that I didn't know were there. I from that moment, because of that shift and that change I started learning more about holistic healing, energy work and chakras and crystals and essential oils. And I decided to become a foot zone practitioner. And that gave me fulfillment and courage and helped me heal in ways that I didn't think that I would. And within like this year journey, I started from this like awful place where I didn't want to exist to a life that I felt like I was thriving. And there's been ups and downs and bumps through there. But I can say at this point in my life today, I am living my best life. You always hear people say, live your best life. But really, today I'm living a life that I feel more fulfilled, more excited about, more passionate about. And do you know what that question mark was? What was that like, in between that I didn't know what it was? It was energy healing. It was holistic healing. The more that I incorporated holistic healing and energy healing into my life in that like middle point, it helped me get from that sad, that frowny face, that meh place, all the way over to that happy, that joyful, that fulfilled, that expressed life. So the big revelation that I got out of that is that holistic healing is the most effective way to live an aligned, fully expressed life that you enjoy. Fully expressed. How does that feel? Think about that. Like in your body, what would it feel like to feel fully expressed? Isn't that a beautiful like feeling, thought to play around with? So here we have this alignment quadrant. And to be able to live a fully expressed life, to be able to get to that like meh place, to the happy place, we are going to need consistency on this plane, things that are consistent, and we're going to need healing tools on this plane. So as we go over these quadrants, think about, where are you at on this quadrant? Down here, if we have no healing tools and we have no consistency, we're probably going to fall into this trapped category. We don't really have the tools to move forward. We don't have any consistency, and we're going to feel a little trapped. Move over here, where we may have the healing tools. We've learned about all of these incredible tools, but we lack consistency. We're not very consistent with those tools. And I would call that knowledgeable. And knowledgeable, that's a knowledgeable place to be, but it doesn't mean that change is actually taking place in our life. Or we have this spot over here where our consistency is high, but we don't have the healing tools. And maybe our consistency is high in the things that aren't serving us. And I call this the insanity place to be, thanks to Albert Einstein. That's why it has, /Albert, because this is Albert Einstein's version of insanity, is doing the same things over and over and over again, but expecting different results. So out of these three categories, and again, if the chat is working for you guys, go ahead and type in whether it is insanity, maybe it's trapped, or maybe it's knowledgeable. When I did this class the other day when the recording didn't work, pretty much everybody on there said knowledgeable. So I'm guessing and I'm feeling like the people here, let's see, it's saying the chat's disabled. Sorry, I'm seeing this right here. Give me just a half a second. I want to make sure that everybody can participate. There we go. Okay, the chat is now currently on. Sorry, guys, that it hasn't been on there. But it should be good now. So go ahead and type in the chat. Are you in that knowledgeable place, that trapped place, or in the place of like feeling a little bit of insanity? And my guess is that most of you are in that knowledgeable place where you know things, but maybe just not very consistent at applying those things. And I would put myself like in that place where I was learning. I would put myself in that trapped place first, and then I moved into the knowledgeable place. And then I've, kind of moved different places on the quadrant. So again, reflect, where are you on that quadrant? And whenever we're doing this reflection, we are never, ever, ever judging ourselves. It's simply just to identify. That's it. Like a scientist who's curious, like, oh, I mixed this chemical together and this chemical together and it made green fire. How interesting. That's what we're looking at this like. Oh, I am here on the quadrant. How interesting. The place that I want you guys to be, and the place that feels amazing to be, is this upper right-hand place on this quadrant where you have the tools and you have the consistency. And that place is called the fully expressed individual, the fully expressed life, fully expressed in your gifts, your desires, your passions, your relationships, your abundance, just fully expressed in every area of life. Again, my promise to you guys, is that you will feel the shift that comes from raising your vibrational frequency through this class. So I want to introduce you to 3 transformational thoughts. The first transformational thought is that life, your life, is just an expression of your 5 bodies. And I'll go into that more in just a moment. The second transformational thought is that holistic healing helps. The third transformational thought is that meditation moves energy. Meditation moves energy. So life being an expression of our 5 bodies, what does that even mean? Well, we have 5 bodies. And this is a phrase or a term that I've created and I've developed. And our 5 bodies that we have are our physical body, this tangible flesh physical body that we have. This is often easy to be seen. We can recognize when something's going wrong with that body. Then we have our mental body, and that mental body, that's our beliefs, our thoughts, our paradigms, our stories, our perceptions, our reality, what we live in, what we think. Then we have our emotional body, and those are the feelings that we feel from the past, the present, that we feel about the future. And a lot of times those emotions can actually get stuck and stored within our body. Very, very interesting. Then we have our spiritual body. This is our connection with our higher power. Maybe it's a being, a source, an energy. Maybe it's our higher self, or like capital S self. Then we have our auric body, and that's everything that's surrounding us. So we each have an aura, and sometimes our aura is like timid or trapped or feeling smothered. And sometimes the auras are big and expanded and ready to like share and move and change. And again, it's not right or wrong. It's just interesting. In each of these bodies, it's fun to identify what's going on in those bodies for us, because it's just interesting. Our 5 bodies are a lot like a recipe. Okay, so if all of those bodies are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and auric body, if those 5 bodies create our life, our overall life, what are you making with that? If we are making a recipe of bread or cake or a tincture or an essential oil, there were certain things that we would need to incorporate in that recipe to create that end product. And that's exactly the same with our life. If we want a thriving life, then those 5 bodies need to be in alignment with that recipe. They need to be in alignment with that life, that thriving life recipe. If we don't really care what our life is like, and like that meh life or that sad life or depressed life is just like gonna cut it for us, which it probably isn't gonna cut it for you, because if you're anything like me, I know that I'm capable, and I know that you're capable of living a life that you actually want to live, a life that you love, a life that you enjoy. And so your recipe, those 5 bodies need to be in alignment with that joy, in alignment with that thriving, in alignment with that connection. I want to tell you a story about my friend Lexi, so you can see the big picture of what it looks like to have your 5 bodies in alignment and what it will actually do. So I met Lexi, I don't know, it's probably been maybe 7 or 8 years now. And the first time I met Lexi is when I was giving her a foot zone. And she shared with me things in her life that were traumatic and painful and hard. And she was sharing these symptoms that she was having in her body, these physical symptoms that she was experiencing, these mental, emotional imbalances that were there in her body because of the misalignment. And she shared her desire for a life that was fulfilled, happy, where she was able to use her incredible energetic gifts to be able to help other people. And long story short, Lexi ended up joining my Foot Zone certification course, which is a course that I do. I'm not going to talk about it much today. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. But she joined my Foot Zone certification course. And through that process, she learned about her 5 bodies. She became balanced in those 5 bodies. She learned about vibrational frequency. And the biggest thing that she took out of it is that holistic healing is the most effective way to live a fully expressed life that's in alignment, that's joyful, that's healthy. She felt those physical symptoms of skin rashes or irritations, of gut issues, of all these different things. She felt them just dissipate, to disappear, because she was becoming in alignment with who she truly was. And she was using these tools that we're going to be doing today to be able to create a higher vibrational frequency. And if I were to, look at Lexi and describe her, I would describe her as connected, divine, feminine, joyful. And the reason that she is those things is because of the process that she went on through holistic healing. And that's her testimonial to me in like a nutshell. She shared some really cool things with me the other day, and I was really appreciative of it. So think of this to yourself again with curiosity. Always, always, always curious over critical. Where are you? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how conscious are you of your 5 bodies? And how conscious are you of healing those 5 bodies? Are you at like a 2, a 5, a 7? Just curious. Just curious. You don't even have to tell me. Be curious, not critical of yourself, okay? What would it look like if you were maybe at like a 7, an 8, or a 9? How would it feel to feel aligned with those bodies? How would it feel to be connected to those bodies? I want to ask you right now, can you commit to learning more about healing those 5 bodies in your life? You don't have to commit to healing all of them, but can you commit to learning more about healing your 5 bodies? Go ahead and type commit in the chat, or put your hand over your heart, or whatever you need to do to yourself, and just say, I commit. I commit, if that's something that you want to do. Awesome, Donna, commit. You're amazing, Donna. I love you. Okay, holistic healing helps. This is the second transformational thought that we're going over today, is that whole body healing is the most effective way to heal the body. So holistic healing is whole body healing, and that whole body healing is the 5 body healing. See how this all comes together? Starting with those 5 bodies, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and auric, that is holistic healing. And doing that creates a lasting result. It helps. So here, looking at this awesome diagram that I really love, there are 3 aspects of holistic healing. There's the external, which is that physical body we talked about. Then there's the internal, which is that emotional and that mental body. Then we have the ethereal, and that's like that more spiritual realm, that auric realm, the things that we can't see at all usually. Well, I shouldn't say at all. Spiritual gifts, energetic gifts, colors, visions, those things exist, absolutely. But it's more of that, like, sometimes people will call it the woo-woo world or the fluffy world. It's just the ethereal world, and it does exist. It is there. It's just that spiritual and that auric part of ourself. So when we're working on holistic healing, and we're working on healing that internal, that external, and that ethereal, we have to get down to the roots. And the thing that's incredible about holistic healing is it actually gets to the roots. That's the whole point of holistic healing, is it's what are the roots? How do we heal those roots? And then what happens after we heal them. A lot of times, in more modern traditional things, in at least the United States, it's more about masking symptoms. Go ahead and raise your hand if that's ever been your experience, where something's been going on in your life or your body or someone that you know, and it's like, take this, take this, take this to cover this, just do this, this. And there's all these things piling up on top of the root to cover the symptoms instead of digging out to discover what's actually causing those things. You think of a garden, and let's say you're out there gardening and there's this really prickly owie weed that's in your flowers or in your vegetables, and you don't want it there anymore because every time you go by it, it just like puts little like thistles or something in your hand. Do you go inside, get your scissors, walk over to that and cut the top off and just cut the pricklies off? Is that the way you do it? I don't know. I feel like that's not a very effective way to do it. I've actually never seen anybody do it that way. So my guess is that you were probably thinking, no, I would not cut the top off of the weed. What would we do? We would go down, dig it up by the root, and pull it out. And look at this picture. This perfectly describes, it embodies what holistic healing is all about. It has the gloves, the right tools. It has the little knife. Again, the right tools. And it's digging it up by the root. In holistic healing, we really just need the tools and the consistency, starting at the root. So who wants to be able to find those roots and to be able to dig some of those out today? I do. I know I do in my life for sure. I have so many moments in my life where by uncovering the roots, really, really amazing things were able to happen. I shared a different story the other day, but the story I'm being led to share today is a little different. So if you're on here today or you're watching the replay of this later, it will be a little different than it was the other day. So I experienced sexual trauma in my teenage years. And as I got older, I was struggling with infertility, and I knew that it was going to be like a big deal for me to be able to have kids. And this was actually right around the time that I talked to you before, in my 20s, when I had ended that relationship and I started getting foot zoned from my aunt. We did so much work, you guys, like so much work on all of my like female organs, on my heart, on my lungs, where grief and shame and sorrow store. We did a lot of work, and I did a lot of internal work and external work for my body, using all of those holistic healing tools that I had learned through my foot zoning process and just through becoming obsessed with this world. And I met my husband a little later. We got married, and he wanted kids like pretty soon. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't know. Like, he knew. I had told him, it was going to be a process. And long story short, I ended up making an appointment to go into the OB to schedule like a laparoscopic surgery for my endometriosis, because it had been like really severe with a lot of scar tissue and cysts in the past. And I went in to the doctor. They did, of course, for the first thing they always have you do at an OB is pee in a little cup, see if you're pregnant. And they came back in and they were like, you are pregnant. And even now I still almost get teary-eyed, because that was something in my life that I did not expect at all to take place, because of the massive symptoms I had had previously. And it was just a really incredible experience. So experience after experience after experience like that has again cemented my vision, or my drive, my purpose to be able to share holistic healing and to be able to share those kinds of things with you, with other people. So think about that for a moment. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in allowing holistic healing to heal you? Are you new on this journey? And so maybe you're at like a 2 or a 3, but you're really excited. Are you aware of the holistic healing things, but you're kind of lacking that consistency, so you might be lower on the scale? Are you at like a 7, an 8, a 9 where you are incorporating these things into your life all the time? Think about it for a moment. And what would it look like if you practiced holistic healing on a weekly or even a daily basis? What things in your life would shift? Which one of those bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and auric, which one of them would feel a big shift? Secret, all of them would. But which one do you see changing the most? And I want to ask you, can you commit to learning more about holistic healing and how it can work for you? Learning about these tools, these modalities, and what it can do for you in your life. You can type in the chat, commit. You can put your hand over your heart again, commit, whatever you like to do. The last transformational thought I want us to think about is that meditation moves energy. It is an effective and simple way to raise your vibrational frequency and change things inside of your body. So we're going to do the experience right now, okay? We're going to do a transformational energy healing experience. I have like little notes I made, so I'm just pulling them out here. I love to be able to design healing experiences and meditations. And this one I've specifically created for this class. So it's not a meditation or anything I've ever done before. So what I want you guys to do is to take a second to just breathe. If you are in a safe space to close your eyes, go ahead and do so now. I will probably have my eyes closed through part of this meditative experience. Close your eyes and become aware of your body. Where are your feet, your hands, your head? Are they resting on anything? Do you feel pressure anywhere in your body? And as you're becoming aware of your body, I want you to take intentional breaths. This first breath, we are going to breathe in together to the count of 4. So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to continue doing this at your own pace, your own breath. Counting in, holding it, counting out. Continue a couple more rounds of this. As you are breathing, feel yourself come deeper into your body. And I want you to physically or energetically or visually wrap your arms around yourself and just ask yourself, how would it feel to feel safe? And to let yourself know that in this moment, you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and you are free. You can go ahead and relax your arms. I want you to visualize yourself now as a baby. You probably don't have any memories from that time or very many memories, but through pictures or through your own perception, picture yourself at that infant age. Feel the love that comes from seeing yourself as just a tiny baby, and how precious and pure and innocent and fragile that little being is. Now I want you to fast forward a few years to young childhood, seeing yourself and the joy in your eyes, seeing maybe your curiosity or your creativity. Maybe seeing the emotion that you felt a lot at that time. Maybe it was something other than joy. Maybe it was adventure. Maybe it was loneliness. Whatever these emotions are, there is no negative emotion. There's only high and low frequencies, and we identify them with curiosity, not a critical or judgment eye. Now I want you to fast forward to being, 8, 9, 10, 11 as a child, seeing yourself there, seeing yourself grow and develop and change. Then fast forward to a young teenager, feeling the things you felt, seeing the things that you saw, seeing those things kind of just swirl around you. Was there a zest for life and energy, a joy? Was there a confusion or a searching? Again, just identifying. Then fast forward to early adult years. You're 18, 19, 20. What did that stage of your life look like then? How did it feel? Moving forward to your 20s, then watching yourself grow and develop into your 30s, your 40s, 50s, or 60s. Go ahead and continue watching yourself, picturing those different stages of yourself until you get to the place that you are now. I want you to picture all of those beings, all of those Malias, or those Donnas, or those Rachels, or Sarah, whatever your name is, insert that there. But picture all of those people in all of the different ages and just express love to them. Let them know that you're learning to love all of them. And that in this moment today that you are here to serve them and to be in tune with the needs of yourself. Let them know that you are here for them, that you want to support them, which is really just you. Now at this time, I want you to connect deeper within yourself, and I want you to think of an experience, and whatever one comes to your mind first, go ahead and go with that one. There is no right or wrong, but I want you to think of an experience that was hard or painful or hurtful. An experience that had a low vibration effect on your life. Maybe it's a deep trauma, Or maybe it's more of a surface, unfortunate experience. Think about that event and start to process. What are some of the beliefs that were created for you during that event? What are some of the identities that you put on yourself because of that? What are some of the emotions that stored in your body? What are the perceptions and the stories that it created in your life? If you want to take note of these, feel free. Otherwise, just think through internally processing all of these different things. I want you to allow yourself to feel these feelings or thoughts or fears. It can be really hard sometimes, but remind yourself, maybe even placing your hand over your heart, remind yourself that you are safe, that you are connected to a divine energy, and that you are protected in this moment. As you are allowing yourself to feel the weight or the emotions of this experience, I want you to remind yourself that this is not your identity. This is not the sum of who you are. And this is just an experience that can be healed, changed, and moved through your body. Now, I want you to take a moment and visualize yourself in a huge white space. Nothing else is around you, almost like a blank TV screen of just a blank, huge white space. And as you're in this white space, I want you to take your hands, physically, I want you to take your hands to the different parts of your body that feel heavy. Where are these thoughts, beliefs, emotions from that experience storing in your body? I want you to go to those places and physically find those energies and pull them out of your body. Maybe on your shoulders, the top of your head, your throat, your stomach, your knees. Where are those emotions storing? Where are they on your body? You can take them out slowly. You can pull them out vigorously, moving this energy out of your body. And take a second to just feel where all of these things are and physically remove them from your space, remove them from your body. Shake everything off really, really good. Shake your whole body. Now I want you to take a deep breath with me in and let it all out. Your body might feel a little bit tingly. It might feel a little bit like a vibrational magnet is going through your body, and that's totally normal. Now I want you to picture yourself in this big white screen, this big white empty space. And I want you to start to fill it with your true identity, with the emotions that you welcome in your life, with the thoughts, beliefs, and paradigms that you want to embody. I want you to fill it with affirmations like, I am divine. I am a healing being. I am an action taker, a problem solver. I am expansive. I am a healing space. What are some of the thoughts, the identities, the emotions that you're putting in your space? Joy, peace, prosperity, trust, gratitude, energy, excitement. What are those different things that you are putting in your space? Now, as those things are in your space, go ahead and open up your palms and start to see those emotions, the bright white light from those emotions, those thoughts, those true identities. Start to see that moving into your palms, flooding into your body, up your arms, into your heart, up your head, down your abdomen and your legs. Those emotions, thoughts, feelings spreading through your entire body, just rushing into your palms like a hose, like water from a hose, moving through your entire being. How does it feel to be filled with love and joy and goodness? How does it feel to be in alignment with your true identity, your purpose? Sit here for a moment and just bask in this light. Go ahead and start to move your fingers and your toes. And I just want to remind you that you are divine. You are remarkable. You are here in this class, in this event for a reason. And that you have the power within you to make positive, real change in your life. Go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. I want to hear what your experience was from that. How did it feel? What were the reactions that your body had to that experience? That experience that we just did is real, effective energy healing. It's something that you guys can do every single day. Imagine, and it doesn't have to take that long. It doesn't have to take, I don't know how long that was. Time like totally goes away when I'm just like in the healing zone. Maybe it was 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. Let's see. Donna says, I felt actual pain and relief. Yes. Yes. You can feel when you allow yourself to feel through the pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, auric. And then you love and accept yourself in that moment. And then allow for that shift and that change to take place in your life. It's powerful and it's real and it's effective. And I am just so grateful that you guys joined me on that experience today. I want to share one quick, last quick story with you about Dr. Joe Dispenza. He is an amazing individual. You can check out any of his books. The one that I'm going to be referring to in this story is called You Are the Placebo. But Joe Dispenza was 20-ish years old, in his 20s, young, healthy, active, running a triathlon. He was a chiropractor. He knew how important body alignment and health was. And so being physically active was really important to him. So he was running this triathlon, or actually he was on the bike at this time. And I guess one of the flaggers had missed the right direction or traffic had not been blocked because all of the sudden he was being catapulted. I don't know, like 50, 100 feet in the air, barely surviving upon impact, realizing that he had just been hit from the side by an SUV going 60 miles an hour. He was told that he wouldn't be able to walk and move and run and participate in activities like he had before, by doctor after doctor after doctor. And he knew that that wasn't going to sit with him. He knew inside of him, just like you might know inside of you, that your life can be something that you desire, that you want, that you can create. He knew within inside of him that his life could be something that he wanted, that he actually wanted to live, that he had a desire for, that he had this vision and picture that he knew that was for him. So he started doing meditative healing. He started visualizing his spine. That was where the main injury was basically from here to tailbone, everywhere. He started visualizing his spine reconstructing disc by disc by disc. He started seeing the cells come together. He started seeing all of the jelly between those discs come back together with vibrancy and squishiness. And he started this day after day after day after day. And within not too much time, he was able to walk out of the hospital and to continue living a life that he wanted, to continue living and doing those activities and those things that he had been doing previously before this accident. And this is another remarkable experience or example of what meditative or what holistic healing can do for each one of us. I definitely attribute this meditative holistic healing modality to me being pregnant. Every single day I'd get in the car, and as I was driving to work, I would literally fill my pregnant belly, and I would feel pretend that there was this ball here and say, oh my goodness, my baby's kicking and it feels so good, and sending love to that baby that wasn't even there. But I was repatterning the cells of my body for healing. Meditation finds the root. It goes deep into those cells and it heals those cells in a perfect new pattern instead of just masking those symptoms that is on top. And meditation is like an incredible DIY healing modality. There are so many amazing healing modalities, and foot zoning, obviously I love. I have a foot zoning school. I believe in it. I teach it. I love it. But it doesn't mean that every single person in the world is going to be able to go to school to become a foot zone practitioner. And I know the reality of that, and that's okay. That's why I'm teaching the power of meditation and the power that it can be as a self energy healing modality. So think about this for a second. Where are you on this journey on a scale of 1 to 10? How is your meditative healing practice? How often do you meditate? Do you feel that like tingly, beautiful sensation on a daily basis that we just did? Is it every now and then? Remember, we're just being curious. There's no judgment whatsoever with this reflection. And I want you to think and ask yourself, what would it look like if you were able to meditate in some form every day? To be able to connect to yourself, to be still, to raise your vibrational frequency and clear out negative vibrations that are no longer serving you. It would be freaking beautiful. I'm like just picturing this even more in my life. Meditation's a practice that I do. And I am currently in transition, and I'll talk about that more in a second. But we're at my parents' house in Idaho visiting for a while, and the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been meditative healing every day. So just feeling how yummy that would feel to be back, every single day in my life. I would absolutely love it. I want to ask you, can you commit to practicing meditative healing in your life to create change? Can you commit to just maybe once a week or once a month or every day if possible? That would be incredible. Can you commit to adding meditative healing to your daily, weekly practice? If you want to commit to yourself and commit publicly, go ahead and type in commit. Let's see. Talina, that's a beautiful name. She says, I'm struggling with my practice. I want to meditate daily and need to. It seems like a chore right now. Oh my goodness, I hear you. I do see the benefit. I'm sick with COVID right now and will commit to doing it at least once a day. Yay, Talina, I'm so happy for you. So yes, okay. I absolutely agree with you that sometimes it can feel like a chore when we don't have the right guidance, right? For me, that's why I do CrossFit. Like I love exercise, I love movement. That's why I go to CrossFit, because I can show up in the morning and someone can say, do this, 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 and this, and I do it and I feel better. So when we have a guide or a mentor or someone just here, step, 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 it kind of takes that like burden out of it. And I'll be sharing a little bit about that in a minute as well. Commit to every day. Yeah, Donna, super exciting. Awesome, you guys. I'm super happy for you. This is really, really great. Okay, let's take a pause for a second. And I want to know what's been most valuable up until this point. Okay, so let's recap the 3 big transformational ideas. Is life, our life, is just an expression of what's going on in our 5 bodies. That one thought in and of itself is honestly life transformational. The second transformational thought is holistic healing helps. And the third thought is meditation moves energy. And I know that if you were able to participate in that meditation, that you felt from a cellular level, you felt that energy shift take place. So go ahead and type in the chat or just think to yourself, or maybe jot down what has been most valuable for you up until this point. I know that for me, being able to reconnect to myself and to be able to actually feel that tingling vibrational movement in my body is powerful. And to recommit to myself, recommit to my life, that I will be meditating every single day, even if it's just a minute or two, because it's that powerful. So let's go back to this alignment quadrant. We have the trapped, the knowledgeable, the insanity place, but I want you, Donna and Talina and the other people who are here today. I want you guys to be in that fully expressed place, because it is so yummy and so fun and so joyful. And it doesn't mean that life is perfect and that it's sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns, but a lot of that can exist in that place. Absolutely. So what does a fully expressed life look like to you? Go ahead and write it down. You can write it down or you can take notes on your phone, wherever you're at. What does a fully expressed life look like to you? What are you doing in your career? What are you doing on a daily basis? What do your relationships look like? What kind of money are you making? What experiences are you having in your life? What would it be like to be fully expressed? What kind of gifts are you expressing? What kind of gifts are you identifying and discovering within yourself? Take a second to just reflect. It gets exciting. It gets really, really exciting. It feels expansive. I want to just make you aware that anytime that we're moving forward in our life, there's a yin and a yang, there's a dark and a light, there's high frequency, low frequency, there's opposition in all things. And there are 3 main oppositions that try to come up anytime that we're moving forward in an energetic way. And the number one thing that tries to stop us, or that will probably try to stop you after this class, is to give away your power, to come back into that place of, I don't have the ability to change. I don't have the power to make shifts in my life. I am not strong or capable or whatever enough. And that's just bull. That's bull crap, you guys. You have the power to make whatever change or whatever goal or direction or desires in your heart possible. The second thing of opposition that will probably try to come up is that you don't have the tools. Kind of like what Talina said earlier of the meditating. Meditating is a powerful, incredible practice, but sometimes it's hard to know what to do. You know, okay, today, do I hop on YouTube and hurry and type something in? Yeah, you absolutely can do that. But sometimes if we don't have the right tools, then the next point will lack the consistent practice. That's the third thing. The third big main thing that tries to stop us is a lack of consistency. So if you are desiring You guys, when I think about like those three things trying to stop, I just had like a funny picture in my mind. That's why I was like kind of laughing. But anytime that those things are in our life, trying to make those, when we're trying to make progress, and those things are trying to kind of stop us, that the tools and the consistency, like we talked about in the beginning, those are going to be your main big things that you're going to want. Is you're going to want powerful tools, which you now have an awesome meditative healing journey that you can kind of re-walk yourself through, or you can come back and listen to. And it's up to you. It's up to you to create that consistency. If you are seeking more of an aligned life, aligned with yourself, aligned with your core desires, aligned with your deepest dreams and wants and hopes, then I want to be able to continue to help you. If you are seeking happiness and joy and purpose, and you want more self-love, self-acceptance, and self-knowing, then I would be super, super honored to be able to talk with you about how we can continue to move forward together. So I have created this new beautiful experience called Meditation to Creation. And as I've talked about before, I do have a Foot Zone certification program, and it is thousands and thousands of dollars. It's 6 months long, and it's a big energetic commitment. And it's like, I get excited talking about it. It's a really, really great way for me to be able to help people. But not every person is going to be able to commit 6 months of time and thousands of dollars into a healing journey for themselves and for others. And that's okay. That's exactly why I've created something a little bit on a smaller scale. It's not thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not 6 months long. It's something for somebody who's like, I know I need to commit to this practice. I know I need to commit to myself. I know I need to commit to this change. And they're wanting some direction and some connection moving forward with that. In this journey, this program that I've created, the first thing that we cover is a healing mindset. So I want to be able to start from the roots, identifying harmful programs, identifying low vibrational emotions. I want to set you up for success for the rest of the program so that you can organize yourself, organize your thoughts, that you can prepare for the progression. And every single thing starts from within. I posted something on my Instagram today that says, oh, no, I'm going to butcher the quote. I just kind of made it up, but it was basically all the external things in our world first started with an internal substance. And that's what we're working with first, is this healing mindset. So then the external things will blossom from a healthy place. The next thing that we focus on, the segment 1. So we'll first go over mindset, then segment 1 in this first process is 10 days long. So it's day 1 to day 10. And it is heart-centered. This focuses on connecting to your heart, creating safety. You guys, so many people in the world have experienced trauma or abuse. And in those moments, a huge disconnect happens. I know when I experienced my sexual abuse, it was like my spiritual body, my energetic body, and my physical body just separated. Like, honestly, they separated, not to a place of death, but to a place of just like shut down and like disassociation. And that has happened to so many of you. It's happened to so many individuals that I know. And so this first 10 days is really getting us grounded in our hearts and in ourselves. And I'm going to be doing this process. This is going to be a 30-day process. And I'm going to be doing this with me and my husband and my family, because I know that not only will it benefit people that I want to help, like this is huge for me. So that's kind of where this started, was my own practice on like, what do I need to be able to help continue to create a beautiful life, and then seeing the results from my Foot Zone students and wanting to create that on an even more, what's the word I'm looking for, more accessible scale for other people. But this will help you establish and reconnect to yourself, your physical body. It will bring you back to safety, bring you back into your body, and it will create self-compassion and self-love. You'll be able to open your heart while still keeping a space of being protected. The third segment, oh, it says segment 2, but it's supposed to say segment 3. That's okay. Oh, no, that is segment 2. Here we go, 1 and then 2. The second segment that we're going to be doing, this is like day 11 to 20. And this is infusing joy. This is reconnecting to play, experiencing pleasure, being adventurous, enlivening your energy, being in a state of joy, learning how to have those low vibration emotions come or low vibration experiences come and not live in that state, but to be able to let things pass through you so you can just be a state of joy instead of trying to force, like, I have to be happy, but just allowing. It will allow you to move through the emotions as they come and just understand emotional triggers, and what to do when they happen. So you're not feeling so constantly on, I shouldn't say constantly on edge, but if you find yourself being frequently triggered or frequently reacting, this will help you to be able to be in a state of more of curiosity instead of reactivity. And then segment 3, it's the last 10 days. So like day 21 to 30, we work on the ethereal magic. And this is where that like really awesome woo woo, which to me, woo woo is just like a thing. It's not woo woo. It's real. It's a universal law. It just works, but it's bringing in that woo woo magic into your life. So it's discovering your true dreams and desires. It's getting really deep into your values and understanding your vibrational frequency, where it's at. It's helping you know your spirit in the truest form. Who are you really? And being able to create these dreams, create these desires based on the vibrational frequency that you're at. And by the end of this, you'll be able to see things in a completely different, higher perspective, and you will be able to live. I'm like just breathing like so within myself. You'll be able to live in a state of being fully expressed. I know you'll be able to. I know you'll be able to. So, and at the end of the course, this is me like hiking in Oregon with my like hats. Can you see my beautiful hat here? So you guys, me and my husband, we grew up in Utah. Our family's been in Idaho and other places. We've had this dream, like seriously just a dream, to be able to live in Oregon, and like travel the coast and like sell our home, live in an RV for like years. How long? It probably started like 3 years ago when I was like, let's do this. And my husband's like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that. And we just like came together in that masculine feminine creation. Okay. Last October, we sold our house. In January, we moved to Oregon. In the last 6 months, we've been traveling the coast, living in an RV with our family. So this is me on one of my hikes, just like glowing at the beautiful nature there. I'm like getting emotional right now. I did not expect this, because I'm just so incredibly grateful for the ability to live the life that I live right now, and to be able to teach you guys these things that can actually create true transformation in your life. So part of this program is there will be a live training on August 25th. So it's about a month away. This is when I'll be back in Oregon, done like traveling to Idaho and Utah for the summer, visiting family. And this will be a powerful progress that will be, questions that we've come together. We'll be doing more energy healing and coaching and kind of moving forward on what can be next. And that's going to happen August 25th. And that's part of this course, part of this experience. So this program, it's a 30-day program. There's going to be meditation training, mindset work, 30 days plans of meditation. So just like we were talking about earlier, this is a program where it's going to say like day 1 through 10, and you'll be able to hop on and it will say day 1, today's meditation, and it will have either a guided meditation, a written meditation, an experiential meditation, an emotional meditation. There's so many types of ways to connect and to meditate with ourselves. And I have like specifically designed this in a way to infuse more joy and playfulness and gratitude, connection, all those things that we have talked about. There's going to be worksheets, accountability tracking to help you be consistent. Sometimes we just need boxes to check and people to be accountable to. There'll be self-discovery opportunities, energy healing tools, and again, that group coaching call at the towards the end of the course. And all of this will create massive transformational change for you. So the value of this full entire program is $697. So it's not the thousands and thousands of dollars, but we'll continue talking about this course. So I want to be able to give awesome bonuses. Anytime I buy something, a course or a program or a mentorship, I love being able to get bonuses. So of course, I'm going to be able to offer that to you as well. So the first bonus is an in-depth meditation guide. So the number one question I get from people when I'm working with them with meditation or this type of program is it actually going to work for me? Is meditation actually going to create the change that I want? And yes, if you do it to suit you. Again, there's no right or wrong, but everyone has different learning modalities, learning preferences. Sometimes it's visual, sometimes it's auditory by listening, sometimes it's through smell or taste or movement or action. And so the more that you incorporate your learning styles or the things that resonate with you in your meditations, the better it's going to work for you. So that meditation guide and that training series goes into that specifically and how to identify it for you and how to use it in your meditation. The next bonus is a breathwork training. And the breathwork training goes into different types of breathwork you can do through your meditation practice or just stand alone, where you don't have to even do it with any other practice other than the breathwork. There's 4-part breath. You know, we did a little bit of breathwork at the beginning of this, but there's going to be several breathwork trainings and modalities that you can use alongside or separate from your meditation practice. Just a fun story. There was a scientific study going on about breathwork and how powerful it is. And they found that the animals that live the longest are the ones that have the slowest rate of breathing. Okay, so being able to connect back to yourself and slow down your breathing and find healing is going to be very beneficial for you in your life. The next bonus is mudras for meditation. There's mudras, and these are just energetic symbols. So the one you'll most commonly see in meditation is like this, but there's lotuses, there's like cute little hearts, there's different hand signals that you can do, there's different fingers that you connect to if you're wanting more relational, if you're wanting more identity. And there's a whole section on using mudras in your meditation. The next bonus is the meditation sounds. So sometimes when we're getting on, just like I talked about earlier with Talina, and I hope I'm saying your name right, Talina, but sometimes it's a chore to meditate and like we don't have all the things in front of us. So this bonus is going to be a list of a bunch of meditation sounds that will be calming, that will be like epic, that will be exciting, that will be really relaxing. So you can just go in your course and click the sounds as you're doing your different meditations. And these bonuses are valued at $297. So that's apart from the course. You have your course that's, you know, almost $700, and then you have your bonuses that are valued like at $300. But these bonuses do expire Saturday. So if you know you want to do this, you know you want to join in this meditation movement, go ahead and do it before Saturday so you get these bonuses. And I'll put the link here in just a second. The last extra special bonus I want to give people who are action taking, who are committed, who want the change right now in their life is a training with me. And this is going to be a group training for anybody who joins this together. And it will be a small group. So this is the first time that I've released this course, and I'm doing it just to a small group of individuals because I want it to just be more personable right now. And I want to be able to connect to people in this personal way. So this training with me is going to be a workshop designed for quantum leaping. So the reason that I shared that experience earlier about being able to move to Oregon and live on the coast. This picture is the beach so the place that we've been living, you literally just walk to this beach every single day. Like it's so gorgeous. I love it. I miss it right now. Right now I'm like looking out at yellow mountains. They're still pretty. It's just like different here in Idaho. But I will be taking you through the process of how to quantum leap. And quantum leaping is taking the place you're at right now, taking the place you want to go, and drastically making this faster, more easier, more effective. It's like getting into the space of living in the place you want to be while still being in the present and allowing yourself to quantum leap, not just like, you know, if I wouldn't have used these quantum leaping tools, we would still be living in our house in Utah, and we would not have experienced the things that we've experienced. And so those are the exact things that I want to be able to teach you and to go over. And this is a $200 value. This workshop is going to be like, it's jam-packed. It's full of really great value for you to create change in your life. And this is for anybody who decides to enroll in the next, let's see, what's today, Wednesday. So by Thursday at midnight. So whatever time it is midnight at your time, let's do Thursday at Mountain Time midnight, because we're on Mountain Time right now for this call. Or or like 5:30 Mountain Time is when we met. So let's do by tomorrow at midnight. Anyone who enrolls by then will be able to get this additional Quantum Leap workshop. So let me go ahead and put here in the chat, you guys. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat the link to be able to check this out if you would like to. My screen might be changing. That's okay. There we go. If you want to check it out, to be able to enroll. So let's get into pricing here for you guys, okay? So the course material, the actual material and the training in the course, $500 value. The course progress call, which is included in the course, is valued at $197. The meditation guide, these are all for the bonuses. So for the bonus section, we have the meditation guide, you have your breath work training, we have the mudras and the meditation sounds. And then the last bonus, if you decide to enroll by tomorrow night at midnight, is the Quantum Leap workshop. So all of this total is valued at $1,191. So the course we went over earlier, and that was valued at $697. But if you decide to take action sooner than later, then you can also get all of these bonuses that are included with a value of like basically $1,200. Well, yeah, basically $1,200, which is freaking awesome. So the actual price of this course, you guys, are you ready? Drum roll. Like, it won't be this low again. I promise. This is a founder special. It's $78. That's it. It's $78. Like, it's so cheap. Or if you need to do a monthly payment, it does change things on my back end. And so it does make the price go up for you overall, but it makes it super, super cheap to afford. If $78 is a little bit of a stretch right now, I've been there in my life. There was a time where we took money out of my daughter's piggy bank to get gas to go pick her up from the in-laws. No joke, that was a real story. So if $78 is going to be a little bit of a stretch right now, then go ahead and just enroll for the $33, and that'll be for 3 months. So it'll end up being $99 total. But you guys, again, this is a founder's price special. As I start to present this more and present it to more people, the price absolutely will go up. So I would take advantage of this as soon as possible. Again, if you do it by Saturday night, you'll get those 4 bonuses. And then if you do it by tomorrow night, you'll also get that Quantum Leap call with me. So this is an incredible way to take action, to have the tools, and to have that consistency, because it has those worksheets. And the consistency is going to be, your commitment to yourself, So I want you guys to think about what's your next step? What are you going to go on your journey? You're going to do it the DIY method, because meditation is like a DIY method. Like, you're doing it for yourself, right? You're doing it yourself. You're not getting trained in this expansive healing modality. And that's awesome. Like, that makes it easier and more attainable for a lot of people. But having structure, having the tools, and having that consistency will help you get to that fully expressed place with more ease, more quickly, and with more connection with other like-minded individuals. So I want to hear from you guys. Let's see, Donna, so excited to take this course and spend time to learn from you again. Yay, Donna, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun to have you there. And I think you met Maria from a previous Foot Zone class. She's going to be in here too for the Quantum Leap call. So that's going to be really fun. We'll have like a little reunion with some people. So yeah, go ahead. Let me know. I'm going to stop my screen share so I can just answer any questions that you guys have. And the questions can be about anything. The questions can be about this 30-day meditation program, or if you have questions about any of the things that we've talked about, any of those transformational thoughts, or about the meditation experience itself. You can type it right here in the chat, or you can type it in the question and answer box. Give me a second. I'm just going to look through here. If we don't have questions, that's totally cool too. If we do have questions, awesome. I'm happy to spend as much time here as we need to. Let's see. Okay, I don't see anything coming in through the Q&A box. Okay. Awesome. Let me check the chat. Nothing coming in the chat. Okay. Maybe we don't have any questions, and that's totally cool too. I really trust that this event has been that you've been able to feel movement in your body. I trust that you have been able to connect to yourself at a deeper level, to rethink about how the way you see your life right now, to remind yourself that you absolutely do have the power to create change, that you can create quantum leap shifts in your life, and to remind yourself that a consistent meditative practice can make all the difference in your life, that it can make a big impact in those 5 bodies that we talked about, that physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and auric bodies. So I don't see any questions coming through here. If you guys want to reach out to me after the event for anything at all, I'm going to go ahead and put my email here. It's just hello@enlightenedzone.com. And feel free to reach out to me, connect with me, ask me any questions, anything you would like to. So thank you guys so much for being here today, and for participating in this experience. I trust that you'll be able to take the things that we've learned and apply them in the way that fits best to you. And if you want to move forward in this, go ahead and check out the link and you can choose which option will be better for you. If you know you want to do it to get do it before the bonuses expire. So if you 100% know you want to do it, just enroll by tomorrow night so that you can get the call and all the other bonuses. Donna says I have to hop off. Awesome. Okay, I'm looking forward to starting it up with you too, Donna. Thank you. You guys have a beautiful, incredible night, and I will connect with you later. See ya.